Our second hot copy: after serving as Ormoc Mayor for 6 years, former actor Richard Gomez is now a lawmaker after being elected as representative of the 4th District of Leyte. And he joins us now live via Zoom from Leyte. Mayong buntag, Congressman Goma.
Thank you, Attorney Mike. Maayong buntag sa tanan. To all your viewers and watchers, maayong buntag. Good morning.
All right, so let me ask first, how are your first few days as a lawmaker? This is your first time as a House representative, so how is it?
I'm very excited. The work is totally different from being a mayor to being a legislator. Alam mo naman, pag mayor ka, you're very hands-on. You have to be in your city, so very local yung approach. Unlike if you're a legislator, you're able to craft laws and help on a national level. So I'm very excited. In fact, we just finished attending our 3-day workshop for neophytes. No? And it's exciting. It's nice because there are a lot of learnings. You learn so much from your peers, and then you learn so much from the professors, the instructors. So it's really nice. As a matter of fact, yung workshop namin, Mike, no? It's the fourth time that I've attended this kind of workshop. You know, it's nice because every workshop, every seminar, you learn something out of those mga seminars. And for me, learning is you have to keep on learning every day.
Give us a sense of what you're learning in that seminar, Congressman Goma. Are you being taught how to draft bills, for example, to appreciate the process by which it goes through?
Yes, basically it's about public administration and crafting bills, no? Things to look forward to, and important then you have to dissect the problems, and then if you feel like putting into a bill, tinutulong ka, ginaguide ka on how to approach, no, yung mga gantong mga ginagawa. So it's nice. It's a different learning. It's a different kind of work, and I'm really excited about it.
And there are at least about 50 new congressmen, new House representatives in that workshop. You know,
Mike, if I'm not mistaken, I think there's about over 130 new congressmen. 130. And then yung mga returning, there are about mga 34 or 35 returnees. So itong House na to, majority of this congressman will be neophytes.
And during that particular seminar, you were asked, Congressman Goma, about your thoughts about changing the charter or the constitution. And you said, and let me just quote here, parang kotse yan eh. Ang lumang kotse kailangan inaayos na yung mga spare parts pinapalitan. So this generated quite a lot of reaction online. They were objecting to your comparison of the constitution to an old car. What exactly did you mean by that statement?
Well, actually, our constitution needs amendments already. No? It is an analogy na sinabi ko para mas maintindihan ng masang Pilipino kung ano ba talaga yung charter change. Because the problem when we talk about charter change, ang iniisip lagi ng tao is term extension. Kaya allergic ang mga tao, ayaw ng tao sa term extension. But what's important for me, if you'll ask me, Attorney Mike, for me, I really feel strongly on the economic provisions part of the charter, which is Article 12, itong economic provisions natin. No? It's time to take a look at this provision. Kasi like this morning, I was watching the early part of this show, and pinag-uusapan is jobless people, unemployment rate of 6%. So makikita mo na ang isa sa pinakamalaking problema talaga ng Pilipinas ngayon that we are facing is unemployment. Now, if the part of the charter on Article 12, ma-revise natin yan, which is bringing in foreign direct investments, that can greatly help unemployment problem in our country. Kasi yung problema ng charter ngayon, hindi natin pinapayagan na pumasok yung mga foreign investors.
In certain areas.
Yes, especially the big ones. Kasi ilan lang naman talaga yung malaking negosyo dito na nagpapatakbo yung mga Pilipino. But the big ones, if we really want multinational companies to come in, foreign investors should be allowed. Kasi in our charter, if you'll, you know this very well, in our charter, 60-40 for businesses, yung 70-30 for advertising, and then yung 100% media owned.
Yeah.
So we will not touch all of that. Isa lang yung gusto kong galawin doon, yung 60-40 ownership ng businesses by foreigners.
So you mean to say, Congressman, you want some businesses to be 100% fully owned by foreigners?
Yes, it should not be a problem. Once the big investors bring in their funds, our economy will more or less stabilize, and then it will really trickle down to every Filipinos all over the country. It will even trickle down to the micro, small, and medium businesses in this country. And then unemployment rate will definitely go down. Especially when the manufacturing sector comes in, people will have jobs, and when they have jobs, they have money. They have money to spend, and they have buying power. And what does it mean? Pag may buying power yung tao, yung inflation rate natin bababa yun. No? So, babawasin yung criminality natin, mababawasin yung mga nagsastambay dito. People will have the opportunity to work. You know, it's really a chain effect. Importante talaga na makaisip tayo ng paraan na sa ganun makapasok yung mga investors dito sa bansa natin. Same as what our neighboring countries have been doing, Singapore, even Cambodia, Vietnam, Indonesia. No? All of these countries, pinayagan nila yung mga malaking investors na pumasok sa bansa nila. And look at them now. Naiiwanan ng Pilipinas.
But you don't think... go ahead.
So yung charter change, hindi lang ang pinag-uusapan doon ay yung term extension. Kasi people are very allergic to that. There are different provisions na pwede natin galawin sa Constitution natin. And for me, it is really the economic provision. Kasi gusto ko magkaroon ng trabaho yung mga tao. You know kami ng mga politiko, Attorney Mike, we always campaign. O sige, pag nanalo kami, bibigyan namin kayo ng trabaho. Tatrabahin namin na lahat kayo dito employed. Pero once nakaupo ka na, sasabihin mo, nasaan yung trabaho na pinapromise natin sa tao?
Yes.
It is not there. So we have to bring them in. No, I was reading one article. If you'll allow me, Attorney. Isa sa mga naging problema natin in the past, no, during the time of President Aquino. Remember, FedEx was here already, and they were based in Subic. Pero nag-decide ang Court of Appeals na sabi ng Constitution hindi pwede yung foreign investors dito or foreign-owned na company. So what happened? FedEx was taken out. Nawala yung FedEx dito sa bansa natin, and that caused a lot of jobs, opportunities para sa atin. No, especially now, in the digital age, especially in times of pandemic, ang lakas ng business sa courier service. So we need big companies like FedEx, UPS, yung mga LBC, DHL. If they can come in here, imagine the number of jobs that it can create. And courier service pa lang yan. What about the manufacturing services? So maraming chance, maraming pwede mangyari sa bansa natin if only that provision, that economic provision can be amended.
Congressman, you don't think the recent relaxation of some of the businesses to 100% foreign ownership, like for example, telecoms, with a redefinition of public utility, no? Ilang certain sectors na lang ang considered public utility na hindi pwede ang 100% foreign ownership. You don't think these are enough? Kasi may mga laws naman na pinapasa. You don't think these are enough? Kailangan talagang palitan yung Constitution.
Yes, it's not enough because if you'll take a look at the statistics, 2.9 million pa rin yung jobless. So malaki pa rin yung opportunity para yung mga tao magkaroon ng trabaho if foreign investors will be allowed to come in.
And Congressman, let's talk about some of the bills that you have passed in Congress. You're trying to pass in Congress.
Yes.
Among them, you're trying to postpone the barangay and sangguniang kabataan elections December 2023 because you're saying that the 8 billion pesos that can be saved there can be used to aid MSMEs. Tell us about why this move. 1 year, December 2023. How will it help us?
For me, as a legislator, it is a bill that I really want to pass because if we will postpone the SK and barangay elections, we will be able to save 8 billion pesos that can be used for small, micro businesses. But basically, but more importantly, what is important that the president will be able to use 8 billion pesos for his priority program, especially in this program for rice in agriculture. 8 billion pesos can be used for our rice program. for seed program that can be given to farmers. It can also be used for research and for advanced mechanization. No? Importante na pagandahin natin, palakasin natin yung rice program ng Department of Agriculture because tayo mga Pilipino, we eat 3 times a day. When we eat breakfast, when we eat lunch, saka hapunan natin, talagang lagi may kanin. So we really have to protect that product. And we have to protect our agriculture sector. So if you will postpone the SK and barangay elections, you will save and you'll be able to use that 8 billion pesos temporarily for the agriculture program. And then as lawmakers, we can budget next year a budget for the SK and barangay elections. Hindi problema yan.
What about the argument, Congressman? If ganun yung argument, posible ding mangyari yan next year. We can again save another 8 billion for the postponement of elections. And so perpetually, those in power already in the barangays, they've been serving for 4 years. So parang limitless yung kanilang term.
That's also true, Mike. No? Pero alam mo kasi kakatapos na natin ng election. So yung pumasok na bago administration ngayon, meron silang mga priority programs. Totally different from the programs of Duterte and Bongbong Marcos. No? So kung nagtuloy-tuloy si Presidente Duterte, meron na siyang budget na nakalat doon sa priority programs. But with the new administration, the President wants rice program. And towards the end of the year, yung budget natin nagamit na kumonti na ng kumonti. And there is very little budget left for the Department of Agriculture. That is why it's very important to augment this 8 billion pesos for the rice program of the incoming of this new administration. And then next year, once malalagay natin yung budget natin for the SK and barangay elections, tuloy-tuloy na yan. There's no stopping that.
All right. Another bill that you want passed in Congress, itong House Bill 934, institutionalizing a comprehensive national grassroots sports program that could develop potential champion athletes. Talk to us about why there's a need to do this. Don't we have programs already like the Palarong Pambansa, for example, or the UAAP and NCAA here in Metro Manila?
Yes. Yung difference kasi ng UAAP, NCAA, and Palarong Pambansa, these are all school-based. So kung hindi ka school-based, hindi ka makakalaro. No, unlike with the Philippine National Games, the Philippine National Games is being played already, except that hindi siya institutionalized. So depende sa administration kung gusto nilang gamitin yung Philippine National Games. The difference between Philippine National Games and Palarong Pambansa is that the Philippine National Games is LGU based. No, and with the hundreds of LGUs in the country, talagang matutulungan ng LGU yung sports program sa grassroots level. And it has been very effective. I was a player for the Philippine National Games during the time of President Ramos. And ang nagsusupport sa amin at that time when the Philippine National Games were being played, yung LGU. And the LGUs, like for example, ako kasi galing ako sa pagka-mayor and one of my programs is really sports. And we have proven that if the LGUs will support a good sports grassroots program, you can develop champions. And we have proven that in Ormoc City. Naka-develop kami ng mga athletes dito, locally grown, mga native namin dito sa Ormoc. And when we trained them well, they joined the Southeast Asian Games. We were able to bring gold medals, silver, and bronze medals for, not just for the country, but especially for Ormoc City. So it's important na malakas ang support ng local government units sports program. And that is also mandated in our constitution.
Do we have the money for it though, Congressman? Because I understand from your bill, proposed bill, it's 50 million pesos for the biennial Philippine National Games, and you will also allot 1% of the IRA of the LGUs to support athletes. Do we have the funds for it?
The LGUs have funds for sports programs. And yung 1% na yun, kayang-kaya ng LGU yun. Like us, in Ormoc City, our national tax allocation it's about 2.2 billion pesos. You know, the money I spend for sports program here is about 80 million pesos. So kayang-kaya. And you will see that if the local government unit will support a very strong grassroots program, we will be able to produce more champion athletes in the future.
And one other bill that you're proposing, Congressman, creating a national film archive to be managed by the Film Development Council. How important is this? Well, at this time, we're recovering from the pandemic, and many people would probably say, why don't we devote the money to more urgent needs. But why is it necessary that we have our own National Film Archive?
Yes, because by putting up a National Film Archive, you are restoring our culture. You know, the problem with the film industry in the past, Mike, we've used a lot of film stocks. Ginagamit natin yung mga negative natin, no? Pag nanonood tayo ng movies, and thousands of movies have been produced, no, in the past. The problem is there's no proper storage for all this film stock. Ang nangyayari, nawawala, ninanakaw, nagiging torotot, nakikita mo sa Quiapo, binibili doon ng mga tao. So pag, di ba, yung torotot, pag hinila mo lang yun, nakita mo film stock,
Yes.
nagagaling sa mga local archive ng mga film productions, because there is no one central film archive in the Philippines that will really store, keep, and make sure na itong national treasure natin is being kept well. You know, all these films that we have, all the films that were produced are all national gems. And hindi dapat natin pabayaan na masira lang ito. That's why a film archive is very important.
And how important is it that the government should spearhead this effort? Because there are existing private entities doing film restoration and film archiving. Pero bakit dapat gobyerno ang gumawa nito?
Yes. On the private sector, there are very few na kaya mag-restore, no? Except yung mga yung mga active lang hanggang ngayon. Pero the films na hindi na active, like Sampaguita, like LV and who have produced hundreds and hundreds of movies, naiiwanan lang yung mga raw stocks nila. So it's about time that the government should take care of this national treasure and put up a building specifically just for safekeeping, temperature control, humidity control, film archive. That is my sentiment as an actor. You know, in the country kasi isa sa mga pinakamalaking problema ng bansa natin, tayo ng mga Pilipino, our culture doesn't really push us na mag-keep ng records. No, mahina tayo sa record keeping natin. That's why even if you take a look at Philippine history, alam lang natin, dumating mga Espanyol dito, kinapture tayo ng Espanyol, dumating Amerikano, nagkaroon ng Japanese War. But in between that, mahina yung record keeping natin. Yeah.
And lastly, Congressman, before I let you go, two other bills, institutionalizing a national police clearance system. The other one, some amendments to the kidnapping law.
Yes.
How important are these? Aren't our existing systems and laws sufficient to address these two issues?
I want a more aggressive law when it comes to hoax kidnapping. Some people kasi akala nila pag ganun-ganun lang yung mag-kidnap, yung magtago ng tao or to put them or to keep the people. It causes so much stress to the people, to the family, to their loved ones. So kidnapping should not be a laughing matter. It should be a joke. So yung hoax kidnapping, kailangan bigyan natin ng mabigat na parusa yan so that people will not keep on doing that. And then yung isa naman, ang gusto ko, coming from a local government, gusto ko na maging mas madali yung pagkuha ng police clearance. No? Although there's already a police clearance in place, but it can still be modified to make our people, the people that we serve, na mas madali sila makakuha ng police clearance through a national police clearance system.
All right, we don't have much time, Congressman Goma. Thank you so much for your time with us this morning, Congressman Richard Gomez.
Thank you so much, Attorney Mike. Dagan salamat. Thank you.